Hi, I'm Belinda Carli, the Director of the Institute of Personal Care Science, and I know there's a lot of you out there that either want to have their own brand or already have their own brand on a small scale and want to take it bigger. So this video is all about some top tips to help small brands succeed. The first thing I want to talk about is the actual formula itself and how different it is to everything else out there. Having a really successful product and a successful brand is about 50% great formula and about 50% unique and great story. So the product needs to perform well, but even if you had the best product in the world, if you don't have an effective marketing story or marketing plan, no one's going to know about it, especially with all the other products out there also claiming to be the best solution for the consumer you're trying to target. So you need to build in a really strong point of difference. I would get asked at least once or twice every week about tips or how to stabilize vitamin A and vitamin C serums. It's already been done by so many other brands out there. Why would you want to do the same? Instead, how about selecting some unique actives or changing the product form or making sure that you're delivering on other performance aspects than simply recreating what already exists? So yes, you need to have a great formula, but you also need to have a unique product story. What is your point of difference? I often get asked, can I just use your formulas that you have on YouTube? And sure, but a lot of times I'm either introducing some innovative materials or different ways of creating a product form, or sometimes I'm also showing you some reasonably basic ways of putting a certain type of product together. And I keep them like that so that you can introduce your own points of difference, your own actives, your own extracts, something to really make the product different to everything else that's already out there. And to help make sure that even if 5 of you want to use the same formula from my YouTube videos, you can all introduce your own points of difference to make 5 very different finished products. See, it's all about that point of difference. So sure, you can use my formulas that I've developed in the videos, but make sure you're incorporating your point of difference. And a lot of times I make the formulas very simple and even talk about how you can introduce your points of difference into those formulations. I don't have a brand, but there's plenty of opportunities to find that unique point of difference and build it into a lot of the basic formulations I develop and showcase on this channel. I also get asked a lot about suppliers of materials, and a lot of smaller brands might have some difficulties with purchasing small pack sizes of some really unique materials. We have our Facebook group, Cosmetic Raw Materials for Small Brands. Now, I developed this group so that you can network with others in the industry. Some might be in your region and they might be looking to split a larger pack of a material with you. Some suppliers can specifically provide smaller quantities of some high-end actives. So this group is there to try and help you connect with those that have the small quantity solutions, or that you can share some fantastic active materials with, split the pack with another person so that you can access some of those great functional and active materials to really make your product unique, building that point of difference without breaking your budget. So please join that group. There might be someone out there not too far away hoping for the same solution, that you could work together, split that pack and still have entirely unique and remarkable points of difference for your respective products. I also get asked a lot about how to find suppliers. I'm going to tell you now, one of the best things you can do to build your brand is network. Join your local society of cosmetic chemists. You will be able to find the contract manufacturers, the regulatory agents, the formulating consultants, the trademarks and intellectual property consultants, the raw materials suppliers. Joining these societies is going to help you build the networks to find the person with the solution you're looking for. You can join your local society and start attending network meetings to get in touch with the right people to help you find the solution for your product and brand needs. You should also attend local exhibitions for raw materials. You get to meet your raw material suppliers there. You get introduced to thousands of different raw materials. Now, some of these might be the next big thing for your brand, that unique point of difference you're yet to discover. They're also a fantastic opportunity to keep building those networks for the people with the solutions you're looking for. You can, of course, join our Cosmetic Raw Materials for Small Brands group. And as part of the information that goes with this video, I've also got a small suppliers list from around the world provided by Making Cosmetics. Now, let's talk about the formula itself. You need to make sure you have a stable, high-performing product to have a successful product in the marketplace. If you don't have the skills to formulate this for yourself, then either get a cosmetic chemist to consult for you and make sure you're prepared to pay for the intellectual property so that it is truly your formula, or learn how to formulate it yourself. Now, of course, you can watch these videos and get some tips for free, and you can even download the example formulas I provide and use them as your basis to get you started. But you should still be conducting proper stability testing on the finished product formula that you're going to take to market. The company bringing the product to market is responsible to make sure it is safe, stable, and suitable to use throughout its shelf life. So if you're not completely confident on regulatory selections to ensure safe and compliant use of raw materials, if you're not sure about the compliance of claims or your labeling, if you're not sure about the stability of your formula, then either learn how to conduct these checks for yourself or have someone do them for you. Here's some free tips. You can watch our videos, but they may not necessarily address all of your situations, and they're not going to give you professional level training to fulfill all of your regulatory and stability obligations. Some cheap and cost-effective tips for you. You can subscribe to our Create Cosmetic Formula website, which helps build stable, safe, and effective formulas by putting in those regulatory limits and making sure you're picking the right preservatives and emulsifiers or surfactants to get the product performing the way it needs to be. And of course, if you want some really high-end professional products, then you should either invest in a consultant that will provide you with the correct information or learn how to do it yourself professionally. Our training is government recognised and industry recognised as professional level training for cosmetic chemists and regulatory affairs personnel. You can contact us for more information about our programs, but it really depends on what level you're trying to achieve. I get asked a lot, can I just learn how to formulate a mascara? Or can I just learn how to formulate organic? The short answer is no, you can't. You actually need to know how to make all the other correct ingredient selections, the functional materials that go into helping the product perform the way it needs to, the structural selections to give it the right structure and form for delivery or use, and the correct supportive ingredients to help make sure you have a safe and stable product over the entire shelf life. So there's no point just teaching you how to make a mascara or just focusing on organic elements, because you really need to know how to create the formula itself. So again, you can use one of our cheaper options to create your more basic product offerings, or if you want really professional, high-end, high-performance products, then again, invest in a consultant to do the professional work for you or study at a professional level. The next thing you need to think about once you've got that great product story and that great product formula is manufacture. Now, if you're going to be manufacturing more than 50 kilos of product, you really should be getting it contract manufactured. And that is so that you can focus on other elements of your formula, stability and quality issues, and marketing needs of that product, rather than putting it into a bottle and applying a label. Contract manufacturers have the required good manufacturing practice skills and equipment to make sure that the formula you've created turns out right every time and meets required quality standards. Now, when you get ready to hand your formula to a contract manufacturer, make sure it's in the right format, and that comes back to learning how to formulate professionally too. For example, you need to make sure that your formula totals 100%. It should also be written by weight, so you don't write it for a specific batch size. You shouldn't have mil or drops in your formula. Every ingredient should be present by weight, and the total of your ingredients should come to 100%. Another really important thing you need to make sure your formulas include for your contract manufacturers is trade names. Trade names of materials help make sure they're using the exact same materials that you've used, because even different grades of cetyl alcohol, a very common emulsifier, or cocamidopropylbutane, a very common surfactant, can have very dramatic differences in a finished product if they come from different suppliers. Using trade names of materials is the most accurate way of writing them into a formula so that your contract manufacturer uses exactly the same materials you've used for exactly the same results every time. If you don't have a trade name, then at least providing them with the supplier name and information will help them source the same grade of material that you've used to again get the same results from every batch. Make sure any shelf life and stability testing is conducted to help provide you with quality assurances about your formula over the entire time it's going to be available in the marketplace. And finally, let's be realistic about the time frame it takes to develop a fantastic brand leading product. Even if everything goes right throughout the development stages, and there's a lot of moving parts where things can go wrong, you're still going to be looking at a 9 to 12 month lead time from the time you first thought of the idea through to the finished product being ready to launch. That's the bare minimum to cover off on all of the required stability, formulation, sampling, and upscaling steps to get the product perfect every single time. In reality, there's a lot of things that can go wrong along the way with supply of packaging, supply of materials, and sometimes testing and evaluation results that mean it's typically a little bit longer than 12 months to bring a product to market. So expecting a product to be perfect within 3 months of you having the idea is a little unrealistic and compromises what your brand is really trying to achieve. Please don't lose sight of your dream. There's still plenty of opportunities for fantastic and innovative products in our industry. But let's be real about the skills, the knowledge, the know-how, the formulation itself, and the importance of that point of difference and compliant marketing claims so that you get the product right. Having a successful brand is more than just having a great idea or just a great product. It encompasses all of these elements, and I've only had time to really touch on them for you, but I hope it's given you some great ideas about how you can help grow your brand from where you're at now to where you want it to be. I hope you've enjoyed these tips. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Please leave any questions or comments below. Make sure you contact us for the extra information that we're providing with this video. Start building those networks And of course, make sure you subscribe to receive notifications about all our videos. Happy formulating!